Okay, this episode is titled Fear of Victory. It came out on the 29th of September, 1992. Directed by Dick Sabast. Written by Samuel Warren Joseph. Story edited by Lauren Bright. Animation by Tokyo Movie Shinsha. Featuring Kevin Conroy as Batman Bruce Wayne, Bob Hastings as Commissioner Gordon and the Jewel Thief, Mark Hamill as the Joker, also the Arkham Asylum Warden, and the Telegram guy that is a fake-out. We got Lauren Lester as Robin, Brian Stokes Mitchell as Brian, Chuck Machance as Bozeman the Thief, Henry Pollock as Scarecrow, Tim Curry as Leon's henchman, Laurie Johnson as Nurse and Woman, and Tom Williams as Leon the Bookie. Honorable mentions here. TMS, Tokyo Movie Shinsha, animated this episode, and they previously animated episodes that we reviewed, which were Two-Face Part 1 and Feet of Clay Part 2. Both on our top 3 list, those episodes. Directed by Dick Sabast, who's been credited previously on this podcast in our review of The Cat and the Claw Part 2. Story editor Lauren Bright has also been credited previously on this podcast in our review of POV, so you can go back and check those episodes out if you wanted to. Samuel Warren Joseph wrote this episode, and it's the only episode of BTAS that he wrote. His other notable writing creds include a movie called Window of Opportunity, 65 episodes of Dennis the Menace the cartoon, so that's a lot of episodes of that show. And again, only one episode of shows such as DuckTales, Super Ted, or Transformers Beast Wars. So not a load of creds for Samuel Warren Joseph. But, I mean, one episode of BTAS, not a bad episode to do, as we'll end up talking about it.
Beast Wars is the show where it was like 3D and there was like an army of raptors versus like...
yeah, and it was like Gorilla, Optimus Prime or whatever.
We talked about this pod because I was like, that's not Transformers, it's Beast Wars. And then you showed me and
it was Transformers,
you were 100%
Beast Wars.
right. I was completely wrong.
But it was like, what was that thing I used to say? It was like, Lindor, owned by Lind. And I was like, it's not Lindor, it's Lind.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing, right? It's like...
You used to get so upset about that.
Beast Wars is under the Transformers umbrella.
I dug that as a kid.
I remember watching a few episodes with you. We had the toys. We had like the cheetah one. Mm-hmm. We had the gorilla.
I think that I think it was either our great-grandmother or just a family friend of our grandmother's. Do you remember we went to her house when we were young children? Mm. We went swimming in her freezing cold swimming pool.
Oh yeah, Auntie Betty.
Auntie Betty, yes.
Yeah.
Who I don't know if has any relation or not. I think our grandmother was friends with her because she wanted her inheritance or some crazy shit. Anyway, we went to this house as children, like, we're gonna go to like a 90-year-old's house. This is gonna be boring. And we got there, and on the TV was Beast Wars, and she was like, "You like Beast Wars?" And we were like, yeah, we fucking like Beast Wars. And she was basically like, how about these Beast Wars? And she got us each a Beast Wars action figure.
Did she really?
Yeah, and my mind was blown.
Like, Auntie Betty, you're the best!
I was like, we're watching Beast Wars and now we have Beast Wars.
I have no memory of that. That's amazing.
I think the toys you're referring to are those toys that she gave us.
Yeah, because I don't remember buying much else. No. But yeah, that was Beast Wars were even in the latest Transformers film. They have like Optimus Primal and all
Still
of those. Sadly, they do, yeah.
You know, I've only seen a first like part of the first Transformers movie, but I found what's his name?
Michael Bay.
No, the actor.
What's his name? He's like,
just do it.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf was so unbearable that I just went, I can't do this.
I'm out.
I was like, fuck this. I don't even really like Transformers so much, to be honest. And
Autobots, roll the fuck out. I'm done with this.
And I've only seen 2 Fast and the Furious, and that's 1 and 2, and a bit of Tokyo Drift when it was on TV when I was like 18.
Really?
Yeah.
I watched those as a laugh a few years ago, but they're terrible, so you're not missing much. Okay, acting credits for this episode. We've got all returning characters that have obviously been credited previously on this podcast in their first appearances, such as Henry Pollock's Scarecrow and Nothing to Fear. So go back and listen to those eps if you're interested in learning more about those voice actors. As far as new credits go for this episode, Brian Stokes Mitchell, who plays Brian in this episode, is also known as the voice of Jethro in the Prince of Egypt movie. One I've never seen, but I've always heard, like, my partner's always saying that, like, it's a great animated... It's like a...
Prince of Egypt.
Yeah, it's an animated movie that's Disney, and it's like singing
like
and...
blonde guy with like the short cut and the little beard.
Maybe.
And there's another guy with long black hair.
Yeah.
And there's the meme where they look at it, they're like, yeah, that sounds good.
Maybe.
He's
or maybe
like
that's like Treasure Planet or something like that. I'm not sure.
No, it's not that one.
No, I've never seen it. Prince of Egypt. It's got, what's his face? M. and Voldemort. He's the voice of the what's the name? The King of Egypt, but it's not called the Pharaoh. That's what it is. Now you're just looking up this movie. We don't have a time against us to do this episode or anything.
This is not the movie I was thinking of.
No, okay.
This just looks like if, like, I don't know, the church made a fucking Disney movie.
Anyway, I've been told I need to see it. So he does the voice of Jethro in that. He also is Sunday Legend number 8 in that movie Tick, Tick, Boom.
Ah, yes.
Remember
Sunday Legend number 8.
And he's also Coach Mitchell in James Bond Jr. He was apparently a regular character on the show. He was in like a ton of episodes. And then finally we got Chuck Machance as the thief. This is the only thing he ever did. There were no other credits.
Why is that funny? I don't know why I loved that.
This is all he did. There's nothing on his IMDb. Not like he's also a writer-director. It's one credit, and that was it for this, which is weird. And of course we got like Tim Curry in this, which we'll talk about later. Okay, utility belt of fun facts. This episode was the series debut of Robin and Dick Grayson for the show. So in production order, it's Christmas with the Joker, as we know, but for release order, this was his first appearance. Which is weird if you think about it, because there's not like hey, like a soft introduction to Robin. He's just there, right? Like he's at university.
I kind of dig that, though. Like, this is an audience that grew up on the Batman and Robin 66 show, so
true.
Do you need an introduction to Robin? Everyone knows that Robin is Batman's sidekick.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun seeing him at college as well, you know? It's a bit different.
I know. Bruce going, good luck at college, Dick, on that piece of paper. I love that.
They really put him in the Peter Parker category, didn't they? Of like a college kid.
Yeah. He is quite the animated series Peter Parker. We got the Gotham Knights football team is introduced, which is a reference to the Bat family, who have also been referred to as the Gotham Knights, so that was why they included that in this. The Scarecrow's line, the fear of victory and the agony of the Scarecrow, is a pun on ABC Wide World of Sports, where they would say the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, so they were playing on that. When one of the robbers calls Robin Boy Blunder, an allusion is made to Robin's title of Boy Wonder, and the name which Robin obviously was introduced in Detective Comics number 38 in 1940. Whilst the rest of the title cards in each episode of the series have their own theme music, the theme that plays in this episode's title card is the same that plays in Nothing to Fear, so they didn't change the music much for this. They repeated that, which is not like this show to do. The Scarecrow gets a new look for this episode. Much better. They went from sock puppet testicle head to a more skeletal, like Scarecrow face. The producers still felt this appearance was not sufficiently scary, thus leading to a slight change for his next appearance in Dreams of Darkness, which will be coming up in a few episodes, and then a complete revamp for the new Batman Adventures, where he's the Undertaker.
Well, I suppose, like, you know, if I saw a dude that looked like he had a hemorrhoid for a head, I would be pretty frightened, actually. That's his original look.
What, the sock puppet?
My wife recently said that someone pointed out, like, why did we call them hemorrhoids and not arseroids? like asteroids. So it sounds like asteroids.
Poison Ivy is briefly seen in a cell at Arkham, obviously having been transferred from Stonegate Penitentiary following her arrest in Pretty Poison, which is interesting. She's obviously deemed that she needs to be in Arkham. Then we got several villains are seen wearing their costumes instead of their inmate attire at Arkham Asylum, which I thought was
casual
weird.
Day.
Yeah, they're all in their full getup.
Yeah, everyone's getting released that day.
Like Joker's got his toxic flower. Like that's got to have something in it.
It's out of juice.
Harvey Dent's got his coin. Yeah, the scene of Batman and Robin.
I love it though. That's like one of the best scenes of the episode.
It was nice.
You see the full Rogues Gallery all together. Like it's fun.
Yeah, it was fun, and we even got Mark Hamill to do the voice, which is great. The scene of Batman and Robin walking towards the Batmobile in this episode will later be used in the Adventures of Batman and Robin title sequence, as well as when Robin catches the vial. Both of those scenes we'll see later on in the intro. All right, let's get into this episode. What did you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I don't remember this at all. And even whilst watching it, I was joking, like, what is he, like, got a sports racket going on there? And that's exactly what he was doing. So I was like, you know what? Good on you. Like, it's
a cool plot for the Scarecrow.
It's a great little idea. Like it's a fun thing that I think that a villain would do, because he's not the criminally insane. I don't even know why he goes to Arkham. I don't consider him a sane person. Do you?
Well, maybe with his way he does with fear and his obsession could turn into some sort of insanity plea.
Obsession isn't insanity.
No, I guess not. Because he's only been gassed by his stuff once, which we saw last time. Mm-hmm. But it's not like it lasts forever, so I don't know. But
it's like the same with the Penguin. You don't put the Penguin in.
No, he goes to Stonegate. You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think Scarecrow should go there as well. I don't consider him criminally insane.
What about Poison Ivy?
No, she's batty.
Yeah, obsessive.
Yeah,
but then obsessive is what I'm talking about.
she is criminally insane because she kills or intends to kill people using her crazy
But
methods.
then what did the Scarecrow wanted to essentially raise enough money through this racket to create enough fear toxin to bring Gotham to its knees. He says that to Batman at the end. Okay. He's got that one vial, and he's like, this is enough for the stadium, but I need more to then bring all of Gotham to the knees.
Missed that. I thought he was just a dude trying to make money, which I was like,
see.
Props to you. Like, that's what you should be doing.
Yeah, he was trying to raise money for
all these villains, they think too big. You know, they're like, I'm going to destroy Gotham or the world. Like, just do a sports racket. Like, great idea.
Yeah, it's kind of the plot of Back to the Future 2, right? Like, that's what he goes back with the sports almanac. Yeah.
It's what Matt Berry's character does in What We Do in the Shadows that one season.
Oh,
so they can win all that money back. They rig the game. So the guy's head gets punched off of his shoulders.
That's true, they do. So what do you think of the animation in this episode?
Yeah, it was good. I didn't notice anything bad about it.
No, I mean, as I said before, it's Two-Face Part 1 and Feet of Clay Part 2. So I think...
I didn't see it that level.
Like... No, true. But like all of the monsters, all of that type of stuff. Didn't you think the monsters looked like the Monstars from Space Jam? I thought that was very funny. Music, same as music, is Nothing to Fear. But I do love that, like, the Scarecrow theme in this show. The dun 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 dun. I like that. It's very wicked.
Wicked?
Yeah, wicked theme.
As in, like, the original.
Yeah, not the stage play.
No, I thought you were like, it was wicked, mate. Like,
I see. Well, there's a lot of meanings of wicked. But I mean, like...
Yeah, the cricket wicket.
No, that's wicked.
Yeah, wicked.
Not wicked.
Oh, right, you're right. Wicked, cricket.
But yeah, Scarecrow's theme I really liked, but I also liked how we got every villain's leitmotif in Arkham Asylum. Like, we got Jokers, we got Poison Ivies, we got Two-Face. And I just loved hearing all of those kind of like in succession as he was walking down the hallways. That was cool. So Brian Rogers, afraid of monsters, I guess, the roommate.
I don't think it was what you're afraid of, because I think it was creating a fear out of the moment.
Oh,
like
that
Robin,
makes sense.
Robin doesn't have a fear of heights. As you said,
true.
I learned to walk on a tightrope before I learned how to walk on the ground.
Yeah.
I think it was just you've been injected with, without your knowledge, a fear toxin. So whatever's happening in your life is suddenly...
In your moment, your adrenaline kicks in, so does the drug. No, that's a good point, actually.
Because it's like saying the cat would be afraid of mice then, which is not true.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, I like how they use the fear toxin then, because it's not the same fear toxin. He's obviously tweaked it to work for
this is the anthrax of his...
It was very anthrax in the mail, wasn't it?
Could you imagine if they did a story where he was like posting stuff and... Do you remember that time when, like, do you remember the newspapers where it was like, look at this guy's thumb, he touched anthrax, and now his thumb is like the size of
like a fucking
balloon.
elephant.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, that's gross. Yeah, that's the Scarecrow's next thing.
Yeah, terrorism. That's what domestic terrorism.
I want to make everyone's hands look massive.
I'm going to give them giant, weird thumbs.
I don't know. Do you want a big thumb, Batman?
I don't know why we're doing Gary Oldman and Friends right now. I'm wearing 2 belts.
Well, you said last time when we rated him, Scarecrow is quite a theatrial villain in this show.
Gary Oldman would be a good Scarecrow.
He would have been back then. He would have been very good.
Gary Oldman, Leon level of just all of them.
Yes. Yeah, that would be pretty good, actually. What do you think of the Scarecrow now? Because you rated him last time. I think we rated him a B.
I put him in an A.
You put him in an A after this
Now
episode?
I've seen his new look, and I dug his crime in this.
Yeah.
I bumped some of this. So go get the video. I know you spent 2 weeks editing it. Change the ranking. You got to change it.
I think that will make one listener happy, because one listener commented, been like, Scarecrow in this show, he did dirty. He deserves.
You know what? Props to whoever said that. I think I agree with you now, because after this episode, I was just going off of his first appearance where he was just a classic.
Yeah, he was.
I have henchmen. You don't.
And he didn't look great. He didn't look scary at all. He looked better in this. So, do you think it's weird that Robin calls Batman, or vice versa when they're like in the Batmobile somewhere private? Because I noticed in this episode they're in the Batmobile and he's just like, "What are we going to do, Batman?" And then later on he calls him Batman when they're like in the Batcave, and I'm like, just call each other Dick and Bruce.
You probably have a ground rule of you never know who's listening. But also, he was calling himself Robin. He was like, "Come on, Robin, you can do this." Yeah, but But Batman didn't play by those rules.
No, he called him Dick.
Yeah, he did. He's like, "Get over your. Are you still scared of this shit, Dick?"
I thought it was a bit of coincidence that a small pearl necklace falls in front of the Batmobile and Batman stops and immediately gets out. And then
free goodies.
I was like, but then again, that's how, like, what he saw when his mum died, right? Do you think anytime a pearl necklace hits the streets of Gotham, he knows? Like, he knows the particular sound of it hitting the ground? Like, he's got a pearl necklace detector or something in the Batmobile?
Well, this scene was a bit ridiculous. Like, I get, fair enough. Pearls, jewelry falls because people are robbing stuff, right? And Batman's like, hey, right place, right time. That's fine.
Right.
The problem I have with this scene is that two dudes with crowbars, nothing else, chip away multiple statues of gargoyles.
Like through about 6 foot worth of concrete, right?
Concrete, probably like sheet iron under there as well. And they're just like, hey, watch out, we're going to get you. Like, those dudes are ripped.
Yes.
They are godlike. Superman cannot defeat them. No. Insane. And they do it insane. Like, if they actually showed the footage, you'd be like, like the drills. And the scene also reminded me a bit of the end of Batman 89 with Joker getting wrapped around the loose gargoyle.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought it was weird because what happens to those guys on the roof? Because it's not like the police know that they're there. And they're on the roof of this really big building, so I don't think people are going to go up there. And Batman doesn't alert the authorities or anything, so are they just going to die up there? Like, wrapped around a gargoyle, like starved to death?
Right, actually, you know what? Here's the only way I could see it working is Rupert Thorne or some corrupt guy is in real estate. You know, he's like the fucking Trump of Gotham City.
Yeah.
And he uses the cheapest products, like, to make stuff. It's concrete in quotations where it's like not real. Yeah, exactly. So, and these dudes know it's why Batman can shoot a grappling hook and it will just go through like half of a wall and stick, because Gotham is just made like someone can sneeze and a skyscraper will come down in Gotham City.
Speaking of grappling hooks, those fishing rod bat repelling things, whatever they were weird. I've never seen those before. I don't think they ever show up again.
And you know why I think they used them?
Because of the height?
No, because I think, well, maybe that's why.
Because the grappling hook wouldn't go all the way up to like.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But I think they used it because Batman lets go and then uses his grappling hook.
After that, yeah.
They needed like a second device. But what you said about
probably
lengthwise, they're like mega ones.
But they were like giant fishing poles, weren't they?
Well, it would be funny if they had little thick like reels on them. So they were reel themselves up.
So the Robin almost straight up dies in this and almost kills Batman in the whole process. He almost dies a few times in this episode. But we know from talking with Alan Burnett, the scene where Batman saves himself by swinging into that woman's apartment and saying, oh my, and then, oh my, was an ode to North by Northwest, which is really cool. Another Hitchcock reference in Batman.
Well, the other ode is that Robin basically has vertigo, like Jimmy.
Yes.
And he said Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Stewart. Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's very Vertigo, that whole sequence. You're right. And imagine if Batman just stayed in that woman's apartment, like didn't leave. Like
he's like, I got time.
Yeah, Robin's hanging from the building, screaming.
Oh, Batman, please. I'll be a minute.
Calm down, Dick.
Yeah. Not the only dick in this conversation, if you know what I mean.
She's like, are you talking about? And he's like, no, don't. My dick's fine. Keep going. So Batman ties up the thieves to the gargoyle, like I said, saves Robin. And I just think, like, he has no patience for Robin in this episode, as we've said. Like, I
feel like Robin is on the verge of being, like, outed out of the group. Right?
Yes.
Like, he's like, all right, fair enough. You got fear toxin, so you're scared. When I got fear toxin, I was like, I faced my fears. Kind of being Batman is that I am
vengeance, I am the night, exactly. I am Batman.
So you not being able to do it is kind of bullshit. I'll let it slide.
Yeah, Robin just, I don't know. He even was like, I'm no good to you anymore. And
Batman, I feel like he was like, maybe. And maybe Alfred was like, sir, give him a chance. Not everybody can be like you and dedicate their whole lives to being Batman, all right?
I also thought it was really risky for them to be in Dick's dorm room in their costumes. Like, what if like an RA or a friend comes in to check on Dick because his roommate's like not well, obviously.
Maybe you think that was him and his roommate dressed up for a costume party.
Well, yeah, but then maybe that's why they call each other Batman and Robin anywhere they go, because you don't want him to be like, Dick, come over here. And he's like, wait a minute, Dick, you're
exactly.
Robin.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I would like to talk about the use of animals in this episode.
That's my next question to you. What did you think about Batman's experiments with cats?
First of all, he has all the cats.
He has all the
every
cats
variety of cat. He may have even had the fluffy white cat that Catwoman owns.
I think you should call it the cat cave.
Yeah, the cat cave, yeah. I agree. I just feel like all right, I'm going to put this away. He's like, Alfred, I need 27 cats. And he's like, different varieties, I assume, sir. Every single cat. Big, fat, fluffy cat. Skinny alleyway cat. Evil ginger cat that looks friendly but really is not friendly. All the different cats, Alfred. All right, sir, here's 27 cats. Great, thank you. And he just does one little experiment, shows Dick. He's like, all right, Alfred, handle this.
Yeah.
He's like,
where do those cats go after the experiment?
I think Alfred fell in love with these cats.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, well, Bruce hasn't even been in this wing of Wayne Manor. So this is just the cat wing now. And it's just like a fucking, it's insanity there. Like, cats have, ruined priceless vases. They've pissed on, these Persian beautiful rugs. And it's just Alfred running around in chaos, looking after, hundreds of cats. And they're all breeding with each other, so there's, kittens as well. No. There was 27 cats. There's now 270 cats in the West Wing of Wayne Manor.
He just drops them down a hole in the Batcave. He's like, that's the end of the cats.
Oh, no! Well, the classic drowning of them in the thing. Oh, yeah.
Big bag. Bye.
Here, come play in this area that does not have railings or... Oh, my God. That's dark. You took it. I was trying to make it fun. It's
dark in general that he's got all these cats. It's like serial killer level the way he's doing with these cats.
I was trying to make it a fun, light-hearted thing where this old posh Englishman looks after all these cats and keeps it a secret from Batman. Imagine keeping a secret from Batman in his house
for a profession. Yeah,
he's like, you don't think I know about the fucking cats? I've had crazy allergies for months.
So I love that Batman moment is when Batman steps out of the shadows in Arkham to confront the security guard, where he's just like, is Mr. Crane not hungry or something along those lines? I thought it was a really cool shot. Batman is just so cool in that Arkham scene. The way he takes the keys to Crane's cell and narrows his eyes. When the security guard tries to stop him, he puts his arm on him and he turns around don't fuck with me, I'm Batman.
Yeah,
fuck with Robin, he's scared right now. What do you think of Scarecrow's disguise and the hat, and the fake mustache and the trench coat?
It's like that? Dr. Robotnik has been on the Subway diet or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And
I have eaten these 5 footlongs today and lost weight.
I look great, but I'm slightly a pedo now. Not that I wasn't before.
Follow into me this dark corner. I'll show you some cats.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like a cat dealer. He'd open his coat with several
sketchy.
Cats.
Yeah, he does. He looks like a flasher. That's what he looks like. He'd be on the 6 o'clock news.
He started out by having a little ginger tash and ginger hair, because that's how we know the character to be. But then, his disguise later on, he's got, a brown tash.
And, a rubber mask.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's right. He's wearing his costume underneath.
Mr. Lucky.
Yeah, but at the beginning, he is just Jonathan Crane.
With a tash.
With a tash and glasses.
Yeah.
The thug tailing Scarecrow couldn't have been more obvious that he was following him, I thought. He's standing in plain sight half the time following him, and then he opens a door right after Scarecrow goes through it. I'm like, dude, he obviously knows you're there. And then we cut to that guy having a freak out, the one who's voiced by Tim Curry, and Gordon and Batman are checking on him. And Gordon says, and that's how we found him, scared as a rat at a cat convention. And I wonder if Batman was going to be like, you should see the cats in the Batcave right now. But yeah, Gordon he doesn't really get what Batman's like. Batman even gets annoyed with Gordon in this. He has no patience for anybody in this episode, because Gordon's just like, you mean that has something to do with this? And he's like, put 2 and 2 together, Commissioner.
How about you fucking do a detective work? The basic work. That is your job. Your job is to detect.
You're the commissioner of police.
Which means you're like granddad, king daddy of detective.
And you don't even know that this guy who's scared is the same as the guy who's scared in the football game.
The moment you turn around on me, I'm disappearing.
So we get Robin almost dying again in the Batcave, and if Batman didn't save him from falling, he'd be at the bottom of that cave for sure. Probably with the dead cats in the back. Robin
he just hears like a down there. What was that? Nothing's up. Here's your morning tea.
Where's Robin? I don't know.
Alfred, some of that fear toxin's still in me. I'm hearing noises. Yeah, crazy world. A lot of sounds.
So do you think this episode would have been more fun if Batman and Robin ended up playing football whilst trying to stop the Scarecrow? Like,
no, because that's ridiculous.
I know, but I guess the Batman 66 level, of course, would have been in there. But I don't know.
They let Dick just jump on the field and not stop. Like, no security.
That's true,
so
at the start.
If Batman caught an interception and played, like,
Yeah.
ran 90 yards, everyone would be cooler. They're like, that counts, right?
Yeah.
We're the Gotham Knights.
Yeah, that works. He's the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Come on. So Batman almost gets taken out by some fucking light bulbs and fumbles the vial, but Robin swoops in and catches it, and Batman arrests Scarecrow. Robin is like a kid too when he tells Batman, like, hey, like, look what I did, and also I got this helmet before and everything, and he's like, looks like you've got a handle on it, and he's like, yeah, I'm getting there.
Because you had 2 strikes, buddy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
When I grabbed your hand over the dead cat pit.
The cat pit?
And yes, Alfred, I know that's where you put all the dead cats. The smell in the batcave. Oh my god.
Oh god, that's so true.
27 dead cats. Well, 26. There is one still meowing back there. I think it's living off of all the other dead cats.
Oh, it's eating Robin. Actually, cats go for birds, so Robin would be acceptable.
That's right.
Oh, man. So, yeah, the end is, you love this. We cut to Wayne Manor and Bruce and Dick are watching the football game. The episode ends on a really corny joke when Bruce tells Dick, like, you can always send him a telegram. And he's like, yeah.
Because Dick, in this episode, he's like Bruce is like, so you're over your shit, right? And he's like, yeah, no, it's taking a little while. It's like, oh, for God's sake. Like, just look, my parents died. I got over it, right?
Nothing to do with that pearl necklace in the street before.
I dedicated my whole life to my trauma. And then, he says they'll send him a telegram, which is such a cheeky thing to say.
It's so good.
So you can see Dick being like, well, I'm going to get you a fucking pearl necklace for Christmas, man. How about that? Like, whoa, Robin. Too far. Even Alfred's like, oh my god,
Alfred,
Master Dick.
He thinks it's kinky. He's like, do you know what a pearl necklace needs? Do you know what it means?
Yes, well, we've already established that Martha Wayne and Thomas Wayne are
kinky as
absolute sex freaks. And they have their sex dungeon.
Yes, father, I will become a gimp.
Before I turned into the Batcave, it was something very
the
different.
Slapscape. So yeah, we got Bruce also, I realized, he's wearing his classic brown jacket, but he's got a mustard yellow turtleneck instead of his shirt on. And I was like, oh, that's a new shirt.
Must be getting chilly in Gotham then.
Must have been for Christmas.
Mm.
Yeah. Made a real cat hair, Master Bruce.
Makes itchy as shit.
So does this make your top 3? No, me either. But it was a fun episode.
Fun episode.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the theme of it makes sense for Scarecrow, so I thought it was good. It was good. It was good. Next, we got The Clock King. That's the next episode we're going to review.
Yay.
It's time to review The Clock King.
Yes, time.